Hi there, good morning everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here with the series, day 23 of the series that we're running for the month of September. 30 bands I have yet to follow. Yeah. So basically what this is about is I picked out 30 bands for this month of bands that I like. They have music I've listened to. Maybe it's just radio music, or maybe it's something I heard on the internet, or maybe I actually have an album or two, or maybe even three by this band, but I still don't really follow them. In the case of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, for instance, I have three of their albums, but I really don't listen to them, although I still think I should be into them. And that's basically what it's about. It's about these bands that I probably should be into, but for whatever reason, I've not quite followed them yet. So the band we're doing today is a fairly recent band, like within the last 10 years, called Greta Van Fleet. Most people who follow rock music on the YouTube channel will know who they are, but for those of you who don't know who they are a young band of hard rockers, I guess you might want to call them. Their sound has been compared to Led Zeppelin, but having listened to a couple of their albums, I realized that they do have the Kashmir sound of Led Zeppelin. They have that sound. That's the sound that their music kind of sounds like, that sound from Kashmir, the Kashmir song. Not so much about the rest of Zeppelin or the older stuff. They don't really sound much like that at all, but they do have that sound going on, which is Kashmir being one of Led Zeppelin's big songs is definitely appealing. So this is a band that I did enjoy when I did their album for this year, the one they released this year, and told myself, this is an album I have to get, and this is a band I have to follow. But for whatever reason, I haven't got there yet. I'm still not following. I think it's mostly money. I saw one of their albums recently, a couple times actually. I saw this album at the store, said, I'd like to have this, but I only had enough to get a couple of albums, and I chose some other albums that I wanted more. So that's the biggest problem with bands that you don't really follow 100% yet, is that when they come up against bands who you're following, they almost always lose those encounters, especially if you're forking out money. And that is pretty much why I think Greta Van Fleet hasn't really taken off with me. I do like their music, even though I'm going to say this, and I don't mean it in a negative way. I find, even though they've got that Kashmir sound, it's a very limited thing, and I'm hoping that they'll expand their music so that it doesn't have to include that sound, but it can include it, but they can do other things as well. And they do a little bit of that, but I don't think it's evolved enough to the point where they're kind of onto that, and maybe they don't want to because they're popular with the sound they have, and I get that. I hope that they expand their musical repertoire instead of just consisting as a kind of thought of as a Led Zeppelin kind of following band. I don't want them to be thought that way. I'm sure they don't want to be. The Rush was the same way when they came out. People said they were like Led Zeppelin, and they didn't want to be like Led Zeppelin. They liked Led Zeppelin's music. They were their band's favorite band at the time, but they wanted to move on to something else, so they moved on to the Police, right? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, this is what happens when you're developing yourself. You tend to be influenced by certain types of music or certain bands, and that influence inevitably shows up in your music. But eventually you develop yourself and a sound that you like, and that's how it all goes. So Greta Van Fleet, definitely a band that I would like to follow and get more into them. I'm almost sure that I will buy at least one of their albums this year. Who knows if that'll translate into moving full force into them or not. I don't know, but we will see. So having said all that, I hope that you've enjoyed this episode of 30 bands that I have yet to follow yet, and we'll come and watch the rest of the series, or maybe go back and watch the rest of the series too if you're new to this. Please hit the like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're notified when these episodes will come out. The series episodes are all going to be 8 a.m. in the morning. That is the best time for me to do these. My mind is still kind of fresh and not overly tired. So hopefully you will enjoy this, and we will see you throughout the week. And don't forget, if you have any comments that you want to make about what I've said, you can put that in the comments section below. I try to answer most people's comments. If they're trolling a bit, I may not. I don't know. Some people like to try to find something wrong with you so they can kind of point it out. Well, here's a news flash for those people. I have lots of issues, but I'm not doing this because I have lots of issues. I'm doing this because I enjoy doing music. So hopefully you will enjoy it as well. So have yourself a good day and take care, and we will see you tomorrow for tomorrow's episode. Take care. Bye.